the Geek Assist right here to review Transformers issue number 1 that has been taken over by Skybound and Image Comics. Our sponsors are Dragon's Lair, Alamo Ranch. We want to give a shout out to them. Robert Kirkman acquired the rights for these comics and G.I. Joe. So I was a little worried at first because Transformers is dear to my heart. I grew up reading Transformers, watching Transformers. So I was really worried. Issue number 1, of course, Skybound. So basically this comic starts off kind of like the original cartoon series did, where the Autobots crash on Earth. They're in a mountain, kind of same premise. But the difference is, if you guys read Walking Dead and know Robert Kirkman, he makes you love characters. He kills off characters. So it's kind of crazy when you're reading this. So there's a scene, there's a panel that catches me. It just hits me. And we'll get into that. But I want to tell you where we're in love for Transformers, how far back it goes. So growing up as a kid, that was all I did was watch those things over and over, read the comics. If you would have told me that it would have been 39 years, that a 39-year-old me would get the opportunity to work on an exclusive cover for Transformers, I probably would have laughed at you as a kid. But no, I got to work on an exclusive cover with Casey Collier, who was working with IDW at the time on Transformers. So when Alamo City first came about, the second year they were doing exclusives. So they were going to do a Transformer exclusive. So I had the opportunity, because I was working at Heroes and Fantasies, to help come up with that concept for it. So my idea was, I love Jurassic Park, I love Transformers, and I wanted to integrate San Antonio into it as well. So we came up with this. This was a dream come true for me. So it's basically kind of the Jurassic Park movie end scene, where the T-Rex, roars, the banner falls down, and then we, cut scene or whatever. Right here, it's kind of the same thing, but you see Grimlock in front of the Alamo, and it has the banner where it says, "When the Dinobots ruled the Earth." It was crazy. I never thought I would see something like this come to pass, but I have that hanging in my room. But the issue here, when I started reading this comic, it took a next step. It's fast paced. The action is crazy. There's a scene right here I'm going to show you, than what I talked about just a while ago. This one was my favorite page. If you're a wrestling fan, because how many of us grew up watching Hulk Hogan and The Rock and all that? If you did, seeing Optimus Prime give Starscream a suplex is crazy, because we've never seen that in Transformers in general, cartoons, movies, or anything like that. So it was cool seeing this fight scene. And there's more explosions in it as well. Like here's this other scene where you see, of course, everybody loves Soundwave as well. Of course, you get to see him eject Ravage, and then there's a big explosion. Like I said, you're gonna have to read this comic because there's so much more stuff to it. One more page I'm gonna give you. This is my favorite page, splash page. Was this page right here, where Optimus Prime says "roll out," and you can see it in the page itself. You can see the drama that's going on right there. You see Spike screaming and the girl right next to him. I'm gonna leave it as that. This book you definitely want to pick up. Don't miss out on this series. We're going to be getting G.I. Joe as well, and we're going to be getting Cobra Commander's own little series separate. I'm pretty sure we're gonna probably see a crossover down the road, which I've already done in comic book form. Uh, if you've seen the Transformers movie, spoilers, pause it right here. If you haven't seen the movie yet, so at the very end of this movie, they introduce that GI Joe is in the universe of Transformers. So we're going to be getting a live action Transformers crossover in the movies. I would love to see them take this story kind of and take from it and integrate it into the movie. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, this is a book you don't want to miss. Read it. Go to Dragon's Lair, get a subscription box so you don't miss out. There's variant covers that you can get. There's like cover A, cover B. There's always different variants. The one thing that's cool about Dragon's Lair, if you say, hey, I want the cover B, you tell them in advance, they can try to get you that cover. There's also other books. I mean, the independence, graphic novels. If you're a gamer, if you play Magic, if you play Pokemon, you definitely want to go to that store, take a look. They've got anime as well. Friendly environment. You can take the kids. Like I said, thanks to Dragon's Lair, Alamo Ranch for sponsoring our show. And like I said, don't miss out. We are going to be reading this series. We're also going to be reading Star Wars comics as well on Star Wars Stuff Podcast with me and Dave Lozano. If you want Star Wars comics to talk about, hop over to that channel. We're going to be there talking about that. But like I said, guys, like and subscribe. We're going to have more content coming. I'm going to be getting out to comic book writers, artists, get them on the show. So like I said, guys, like and subscribe. Don't miss out.